And we're back, guys. The hardest working man in the tennis business. Boy, is it early. But tennis is life. And we're taking a look at SW19, day number 6. 1 week is just about behind us. And one more week to go before we will know who will be crowned the 24 Wimbledon champion. My pick is for Coco to win it, but we have some amazing ladies here. We want to take a look at these matches. We have Beatrice Haddad taking on Danny Mal. Listen, guys, time is ticking down. It's winding down. Danielle Collins, this is her last career season. She's retiring. Listen, what do I think? I think she's going to have a child, and I think she's going to come back in a couple of years. I at least think she's going to come back and give it one more go. That's my opinion. But taking on Beatrice Haddad, she's solid. She's a pretty good grass player. She's consistent. Amazing left forehand. But the thing about Beatrice is, look, she's a baseline bully. Excuse me. She's a baseline bully. She's going to try to control everything and keep it in front of her, right? I do wish she's got. Beatrice has decent range, but Danielle Collins is going to be able to stretch the court a little bit more than what Beatrice can do. And that's the only thing that I feel Beatrice can improve with her game. Just being so tall and powerful, she can't really put opponents away like that. I mean, sometimes she can, depending on who she's playing. But for her to be so tall and so strong, I think her power, she's going to be at a disadvantage here against Danielle Collins. Collins going to have a lot more power. Collins' backhand, I think it's going to be a little too tough for Beatrice to return. I do think Beatrice will challenge Collins in some of these spots to where that left forehand just coming from the opposite side could make Danielle uncomfortable with her backhand. But I do think overall she's going to stretch the court. She's going to be able to get control of that baseline, extending Beatrice behind the baseline to where she's not comfortable playing and to where she's not really a threat behind there. Beatrice is going to have to serve very well to stay in this match. I like Danielle Collins to win this match. That's the pick. She advances. Woz. I'm very impressed with what I've been seeing with Woz. I'm very impressed because, look, she's been doing a lot of complaining and she's still doing complaining. She was complaining that she had to, play late against Layla and she had to, have the nanny take care of the kids. Well, where's David at? Isn't David there? How come he's not taking care of the kids? But listen, if you complain, you better win. That's my stance. If you're going to complain, then you better win matches. With her 2-match win streak, Alicia Parks and Leylah Fernandez, she's now having a winning season. She came into Wimbledon 9-10. Last year 4-3. Part-time schedule, right? But nonetheless, she's been one of my favorite players. She's won 5 of her last 10. 2 in a row. The win against Parks and Leylah, those are very impressive wins to me. She did have to go 3 with Leylah. But the reality is she's beating these young players that are amazing. They're powerful, they're fast, they're gifted. So at her age, the fact that she could do that and the fact she did it here in a slam, I'm impressed by that. But I'm also impressed by Rybakina as she has the best forehand on display here at Wimbledon. The numbers say it all. In terms of speed, accuracy, control, her forehand is the best, right? And that's going to be a problem here. Now, Woz does not have the power to frustrate Rybakina. She's going to have to stretch the court, and she's going to have to mix in the drop shot. For her to beat Rybakina, she needs to go to the drop shot. And she has a drop shot. She's a really good shot maker. What concerned me last time with Rybakina is what Laura Sigmund was able to do. All drop shots. She literally forced 3 sets with a drop shot. And Rybakina was very frustrated. She was rattled in that second set. And I talked about in the last video, just nerves and players getting nervous. They all do. Remember, a lot of these ladies, for the most part, they're young ladies. They get nervous. They get rattled in these situations. You have crowds cheering. There's a lot going on, and then people get nervous. Some players see nervousness as excitement. It depends on how your brain perceives things, and that chemical, that dopamine. It depends on how your brain receives it. And I think Waz steps up in these occasions. I think she'll see it as excitement because she's a tenured veteran. But so does Rybakina, right? I've talked about for a long time how cool and calm and relaxed she is. She's got the best game-winning celebration. Just a subtle wipe of her sweat with her wristband. That is big time. Just blast an ace to win the set or the game or the match, and then just calmly walks off, wipes her sweat with her wristband. That's big time. And I think Rybakina will find a way to win the first set in this match. I like Rybakina to win the first set, but she can't get comfortable in these second sets. She's got to come out because we find that she gets broken early in the second set and she's packing it in. That's got to stop. And I think her coach has got to really get on her. I mean, we know she's had stamina issues, but she can't be going three sets with players like Laura Sigmund. That can't happen. And if she went three with Laura, she might go three with Waz, but I like we're backing on the first set. Ons, the best shot maker in the world, taking on Svitolina, the defensive powerhouse. Listen, guys, Ons has not done well against Svitolina. And you're probably going to ask why. Well, we all know Ons is the best shot maker in the world. But Svitolina she was Ons before Ons when it comes to shot making ability. Now, she doesn't have the razzle dazzle. She can't thread the needle consistently like Ons can. She doesn't have those types of drop shots and slices like Ons can. Ons has a lot more variety. But Svitolina has good stamina, good mental toughness. She gets balls back. And what she did last time was very, very impressive. Now, if you're not familiar with Svitolina, she's about a 500 grass player, but she had a really good run last year. We all know that. And look, she's 2-1 this year on grass. The two wins, Magdalena, Julia Niemeyer. Julia, what do I say about Julia for you guys that really follow the channel? These are the people that came here 500, 1,000 videos in. Julia is a poor woman's version of Ons. And I say that about Haley Baptiste as well. Not in any disrespectful way. I just mean they're the younger, less popular versions of Ons because they're amazing shot makers. Watching that match, Svitolina versus Niemeyer, Svitolina and Julia didn't serve well. Her faults put her in some tough situations, but Svitolina was able to stretch the court wide. She was literally able to back up Julia to where she just netting all day long. Can she do that to Ons? Not really, because Ons' range is anywhere. Ons' range is in the locker room. That's how good of a shot maker Ons is. And you know what? I like Ons to win at least one set in this spot. Ons is too good to not win a set. Even though she's never beat Svitolina, I think Ons wins a set. And let's get to Iga. Big, bad Iga. Someone asked me, why do I say that? That's how do you tell me you're new to the channel without telling me you're new to the channel? I can tell who's new to the channel by some of the questions they ask. But nonetheless, I love all you guys. Thanks for the love and support. As long as it's good energy, I appreciate it. Will Iga win Wimbledon? I think that's really what we need to be talking about because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to say, I was just about to say she's going to win this match. And I don't want to do that because I say this a lot. You can't continuously just beat someone up. Eventually, they're going to learn. They're going to do better. And then they're going to beat you. This has been a lopsided head-to-head. Yulia's never beat Iga. It's 4-0. And a big reason for that is Iga's power really frustrates Putinseva to where she just loses her control and she can't focus. However, they've never played on grass. They've never played on grass. And Yulia, even though I talk about how Yulia, I don't want to say she's, I don't want to say she's mediocre. I mean, her best on hard, we know. For every match she wins on hard, she loses one. On clay, clay is her best surface by far. She plays her best tennis on clay because she has a good variety. But what have we seen Iga do to Putinseva on clay? Right? They just played in Rome, straight set victory for Iga. Right? She barely survived a bagel in that first set, barely, because she was down big in that first set, but she managed to come back. We saw her beat her earlier this year at the Indian Wells, 6-1, where she did get a breadstick. Putinseva has a variety. She has a good grass game, right? She just qualified in Birmingham. She played very well in Birmingham, and she made the final where she beat Isla Tomljanovic. She's hot right now, guys. She's on a 7-match win streak. This is her best grass season by far. It's actually helped her have a winning career. Actually, no, I don't think she's still no, because last year she was pretty bad on grass as well. But she's 7-0 on grass this year. She still has a losing record overall on grass, but if she, I don't know, if she makes the championship match, that's the only way she's gonna at least get a winning record on grass. But she overall she hasn't done well on grass. She's primarily a good clay player, but this is a matchup here where I think her drop shot can be effective. Drop shots on grass. Yulia Putinseva is one of the best drop shotters on tour. That's without a doubt. She has a path to victory here. She has a path to victory. That's right. Drop shot. Iga's not going to be able to return these drop shots. And I'm going to be watching this match closely. I'm going to count how many drop shots can Putinseva win on Iga. So that is, I'm going to do a poll in the community. Right? Let's mix it up a little bit. Something fun and exciting. How many drop shots will Putinseva win versus Iga in this match? Over or under 10? That's going to be the number. Me, personally, I'm going to say over 10. And if she wins over 10, I think she's going to have a good chance to win this match. However, Iga is the overall favorite to win it. A lot of people have been upset by that. They've been outraged by that because they don't think Iga should have been the favorite to win it. Not over players like Rybakina, Sabalenka, or Elena Rybakina for that matter. Right? Or Marketa, who was the defending champion. Or even Coco, who has a better historic win percentage here at Wimbledon. We saw Coco literally at the age of 15 years old come within one match of facing Serena Williams for an All-American showdown before Simona Halep ruined that. And Simona Halep, she's not going to be getting these wild cards in these tournaments. She's going to have to go and earn it in the mud. Now, let's hope she comes back with a speedy recovery, 100% healthy. But she's not going to get wild cards. They're not going to put that type of controversy behind Simona Halep right now. They're going to let her fly under the radar and prove that she can hang on tour. And I don't know, guys. We've seen a lot of players need several years after coming back from suspensions and injuries to find their form. Simona Halep is getting older. Can she do it? Does she have another 3 years to find her form? I don't know, guys. That's scary. I don't even want to think about it. But Iga Swiatek, she's too good. It's going to be very tough for Yulia to win this match. But I'm going to take a shot at Yulia. I'm going to take a shot with Yulia in the first set to go over 8.5 games. Yeah, that's my version of taking a shot for her to win service games. First set over 8.5, I think she's going to go to the drop shot, and I think she's going to win service games. Of the 4 times they've played, the 8 sets, 5 of them have gone over 8.5. So we're going to go with Yulia. It's a good value, too, to win service games in the first set. So I like Yulia plus 3.5 on the first set spread, and I like Yulia to help cover 8.5 in the first set. Those are the picks. But again, Iga's very, very tough. She's very good. She's very skilled. The thing about Iga that separates her from a lot of players is being number one. She's always finding ways to get better and improve. And what I notice with Iga is this is what she's doing. She's taking a look at, it's like they have a blackboard, right? They have a whiteboard where they're taking the faces of the players that can threaten her number one spot. They put them on the whiteboard. They put all their attributes, and she's working to be better against those attributes. For example, Elena Rybakina, she's on the whiteboard. How can I improve as a player, continue to be number one, and challenge Rybakina? Well, I need to work on my deep ball. I need to bulk up. I need to work on my power. I need to work on my forehand speed. She's done all of those things. How can I? Coco's on the whiteboard. She is. Now, even though Iga owns a head against Coco, Iga says so many good things about Coco, and they're friends on social media. Iga's not friends with everyone on social media. She's not friends with Sabalenka guys. She's not friends with Elena Rybakina. She's friends with Coco. They're very, very. I mean, I wouldn't say Iga said it herself. She doesn't have many friends on tour. Kasia Juvan's her bestie. By the way, Kasia, you coming back? What's up? We miss you. We miss you, Kasia. But listen, Coco's on the whiteboard. Even though they're friends online, they're cordial. You know, they talk. Iga says amazing things about Coco. All nice things about Coco. Coco says nice things about Iga, and I love how they compliment each other. You know, Coco being the younger of the two, you know, trying to get to where Iga is with the Grand Slams. Coco says beautiful things about Iga, and Iga says beautiful things about Coco. But Coco's on the whiteboard, and Iga's camp, Tomas, they're saying, look, got to improve the footwork. We have to continue to get better on defense. We have to strengthen and improve the forehand. Because when we play Coco, the knock is the forehand needs work. Okay, well, let's make sure our forehand's better. Let's work on the backhand. Okay? When she's facing Sabalenka. Okay, you know what? Let's work on a bigger serve. Let's work on that cross-court forehand. Let's pin her deep to where we're putting pressure on her forehand. That's amazing. I feel that Iga is constantly working on her game to get better. And that's scary because if she can, when you're number one, a lot of people get comfortable. It could be boring, it could be depressing because there's nowhere to go but down. But to see Iga constantly work on these things that her opponents are so good at and she's improving when she's playing them, she's a professional. But we're gonna roll with Yulia plus 3.5 in the first set, and Yulia to help cover the first set spread 8.5. Guys, enjoy the picks, enjoy the matches. We'll be back with more tennis coverage.